So glad to have you to be a member of the Nature Me family. If you're new here, we urge you to subscribe and be a part of the Nature Me family. So today we're going to discuss the 6 ways to build financial freedom. And the reason why I can tell you this in details is because for 2 decades, my husband and I have built very successful businesses. So if you follow through all the six things that I will tell you, I'll discuss with you, you would find that it's going to be easier for you to be on your goal and to be on your path to financial freedom. I would like to know where, I would love to know where you are tuning in from. I'd love to know where you're tuning in from. So before we commence, we could talk a little about what financial freedom is. So for different people, financial freedom could be anything. Financial freedom basically is the ability to be able to live free because you have everything you need. You have all your thing. You have everything you need to everything you need for your needs to be sorted. Everything you need for your needs to be sorted. So you have. So you are not hampered by the lack of finances. So today we're going to discuss 6 ways to build financial freedom from zero, and that is from zero. Um, don't forget to subscribe. I would like to also know where you're calling from. Now, number one, the first thing that you need to realize is that a percentage of all you earn, a percentage of every single thing that you earn is yours to keep. Now, we can many times we see that many times we see that it's not easy to keep a part of what you earn, no matter how large you earn. You have the urge to want to spend everything on your needs because the needs keep coming. There's always a need for something. You always find that you need something, something keeps coming up. But of the whole idea of keeping a percentage of what you earn, it's not about fulfilling your desires, your every single desire or your every single want. It's all about the discipline. It's really all about the discipline in making sure that you have done a scale of preference and you are able to keep a percentage of what you earn. Now, the reason for that is that thing that you have earned, that thing that you have kept, is how you can start your journey to financial freedom. Now, money is quite fleeting, and every single every single dollar that you earn, every single dollar you earn is really not yours until you keep it and until it starts to earn for you. So you have to learn this attitude of storing what you have earned. And of course, it's not possible to store everything that you have earned. So you have to discipline yourself to make sure that you can keep a percentage of what you earn. Now, for starters, we can say that you keep a we can say that you keep a 10% of everything you earn. Now, 10% may seem very small, but there is a temptation to want to spend that 10%, irrespective of how much you have earned that month or how much you have earned. But if you have the discipline that you should keep that 10% you should keep that 10%. That 10% will be the reason why you would have a seed to build more wealth. That 10% is just like your seed to build more wealth. Let's look at it like this. Let's say that let's say that it's like the seed that you are going to plant to get more seeds or to get more seeds. Okay, so the 10% is something that you have to store, you have to keep, you have to make sure that you have to make sure that hello, welcome, I can see you. Today we're talking about 6 ways to build financial freedom from zero, of course. And we have shared about we're on the first number, and we've shared about a percentage that you have. We've shared about keeping a percentage that you earn. We're saying that you try as much as you can to keep a percentage that you earn. Let's say that you keep a 10%. 10%, it just helps you to be able to be accountable, and it helps you to be disciplined, to be able to keep. And yes, the reason why I can tell you this in details is because the reason why I can tell you this in details is because, like I've told you, when we started this is, um, my husband and I have run very successful businesses since the past 2 decades. So, you know, it's so if you follow this myth, if you follow these 6 ways, you know, you will be on your path to creating financial freedom for yourself and your family. So a percentage, we're talking about number one, a percentage of all you earn is yours to keep. A percentage of what you earn is yours to keep. So you, whenever you get your sum after work here, whenever you get, whatever you have earned, you should make sure that you are keeping 10%. Okay, let's say whatever you can afford to keep, but it must be something that you have decided and you are going to be disciplined about to keep. But it's just very it just helps you to be disciplined if you make it a 10%, because 10% is just like a round number. So let's say you are going to keep 10% of everything that you earn. Now, you may want to say to yourself that you don't earn enough. How could you keep a 10% out of the fact that you don't earn enough? Now, if you spend everything that you earn, you're still not going to be able to meet all your needs, or no, all your wants. So if you take everything that you earn and then you spend it on your wants, whatever, you still will not be able to meet your wants. So the idea of being disciplined, of keeping a 10%, will help you to be on the path where you can have a seed to build financial freedom from zero. Number two, you must learn the act of controlling what you spend. You must learn the act of controlling your spendings. So, like I've explained in number one, every single one of us always have things that we must spend our money on. We must spend our money on. You know, we always have wants that will keep coming. A desire to do this, a desire to do that, or sometimes there could be needs that we cannot avoid. But you must learn this discipline to be. You must have the discipline to be able to keep. You to be able to control your spendings, and also to control your spendings, of course, and also to not know that you cannot achieve, you cannot you cannot get all that you desire. So you have to control you have to control your spendings. You have to learn the act of controlling your spendings. You have to know that you cannot really get everything that you want. So if you have if you have created a habit of keeping a 10% of what you earn, it will help you to control your spendings in such a way that you are able to Of course, I've kept a 10% to start your journey to financial freedom. And number two, to not buy everything that you want, to not spend money on everything that you want. You must control your spendings. So number one was you must keep a percentage of everything that you earn every single month. You make sure you make sure that you do not spend all your you make sure that you do not spend all your money. You make sure that you keep a percentage. And let's go back to number one. This whole idea of keeping a percentage of what you earn is that you keep a percentage first before you start to spend. You always make sure that you keep a percentage first before you start to spend. So you always put yourself first. You always say that every single time that I earn something, I come first. You keep a percentage, your percentage out of it first before you start to spend the rest of the 9%. So that would help you to be on the path to build financial freedom from zero. Now, the third thing that we would like to talk about is to learn the skill. The third thing that we would like to talk about is to learn the skill of investing. You have to learn the skill of investing. Now, for every person, investing is different. Somebody may have a skill of investing in stocks. The other person may have a skill of investing in mutual funds. Somebody else may have the skill of investing in real estate. Some other persons may have a skill of investing in businesses. So it all depends on your temperament and your kind of person. You may decide that it is that your temperament may allow you to be able to be stock to be able to invest your money in stocks, or to invest in real estate, or some other person, like I said earlier, may have the tenacity to invest in mutual funds, while somebody may have all the strength to be a business owner, you know. So your temperament will help you decide where, after I have kept this 10% of my money and I have accumulated a certain amount of money over time, where do I put this? Where do I put this money in? And that is very important, because you see, after keeping a percentage of what you earn for yourself, you have to make sure that that money does not lie idle for too long, because that is the money that you are going to use to start on your journey to financial freedom from zero. So you have to learn, you have to say to yourself, what do I have the tenacity to do? Am I going to invest in stocks? Am I going to invest in mutual funds? Am I going to invest in am I going to invest in am I going to invest in real estate, or am I going to start building businesses? Am I going to start building businesses? So all of this path to investing all have the perks, but every single one, or the one that you decide to the one you decide to start investing in, has a lot to do with the kind of tenacity that you have, or the kind of kind of tenacity that you have. Okay. Now, the fourth way to build financial freedom from zero, the fourth way to build financial freedom from zero is you you have to guard your treasures. Okay. You have to guard your investment. You have to guard every single thing that you have. You have to make sure that you guard your investment, what you have invested in. So you have over time kept a percentage of what you earned, and then you have decided on what to invest that money in. So it has to be your duty now to make that your business. For example, if you have decided to start to invest your money in stocks, if you have decided to invest your money in stocks, you have to become someone who You have to make sure that you become someone who is very versed in the knowledge of how the stock market works. It has to become your business. And then you have to make sure that you guard all your investment from losses. I want to just tell you something that you would not have to 100% depend on a stockbroker for this to be for investing in stocks for your investment in stocks to be a success. You have to do your research and become very vast in your knowledge of how the stock market works. And when you do this, you will see that you will know per time what stocks to buy, and you will know per time what stocks to buy and what stocks not to buy, and you will know when the market will become when the markets how the market is going to turn at this particular time, and the reason why the market is going to go this way. You will be able to tell how the weather goes, you know. Now, if you have decided to put your money in real estate, you would be very knowledgeable. You would be very knowledgeable about how the market fluctuates and what makes the market fluctuate, so that you will be able to guard your treasures. You'll be able to guard your treasures. You'll be able to make sure that you protect your investment, because you see all the single dime that you have put in all the single dime that you have put in your lot to build a financial freedom. You have to make sure that you guard it in such a way that you do not lose a single thing, because the entire idea of keeping that money is so that that money will be able to be to um build more money for you, so that you will be able to be on a path of financial freedom. So thank you all that have joined so far. We were discussing about 6 ways to build financial freedom from zero, and all the ways that you can we have talked about all the ways that you can build all those 6 ways that can help you on your journey to build financial freedom from zero. And the first thing I shared was that you have to keep a percentage of you must keep a percentage of what you earn. You have to make sure that you are keeping a percentage of what you earn. You do not spend all your money. You have to make sure that you're keeping a percentage of what you earn. And that's for number one. And that's for number one. You have to and then the idea around it is that you have to make sure that you are keeping that percentage first. You're keeping that percentage first before you spend the rest that you have. You have to keep the 10% first. You have to extract it before you start to deal with all your wants and needs. And then the second thing that we talked about is that you must learn the act of controlling your spendings. So this is a very tricky one, because everyone has wants and everyone has needs, and everyone always have something to want to spend their money on. You have to make sure that you learn the act of controlling your spendings, because your wants will always keep coming. Your wants are insatiable, and it has to come from you. You have to learn the act of controlling your spendings. Now, the third thing that we learned about is that you have to learn the skill of investing. Okay, you have to learn the skill of investing. Investing is a skill. You have to know what to put your money in. So the different things to invest in, you have to know, and then there are different ways that you invest in these things. For instance, if you are investing in the stock market, you have to become very vast in your knowledge of how the stock market works. You cannot rely solely on your stockbroker, because you have to protect your investment. You have to protect what you've earned. You have to protect what you have invested in. You have to protect it. So you have to make sure that you become knowledgeable about what you're investing in. If you're investing in real estate, you have to know how the market works. If you're investing, and then most importantly, if you want to become a business owner, you have to know how to become a business owner. You have to know, you have to do your research. You have to um do your research, and you have to build the spirit of entrepreneurship, and that is very important. That's very important in building businesses. You have to become strong like that. So the fourth thing that we learned about is you have to guard all your earnings and your investment from losses. You have to guard your investment from losses. You have to make sure that it is your duty and it becomes your business to protect your money, to protect your investment, to protect your investment, to protect all your earnings from losses, because it is very easy to lose money, especially when the money has been invested in vehicles that you are not you are not 100% you are not very knowledgeable about. Even if you're knowledgeable, sometimes you lose. But then most importantly, if you're not very knowledgeable about what you have invested in, then the whole the when the crash comes and then you start to lose money, it will be it will be it will be something that will become a disaster. So you have to learn those things. So it has to be your business. So this is the fourth. This is the fourth thing that this is the fourth thing that this is the fourth ways in which you can be on a path to build financial freedom from zero. The fourth way by which you can build financial freedom from zero. Now, the fifth thing that we're going to talk about today is something you have to this whole idea about this whole idea about making this whole idea about owning a home or not to own a home. This whole idea about owning a home or not to own a home all will boil down to whether or your mindset about a family, your mindset about your family. Thank you all for joining in today. We're going to continue this live soon after. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.